Hazal Subaşı's remark about Bradley Cooper set the rumor mill on fire. Was it merely a polite nod, or did we all miss a bigger hint? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you're new here, hit subscribe and stay with us for every twist and turn in the world of glittering, unpredictable fame. Tonight's tale bridges Hollywood and Istanbul with an unexpected confession, a mother's devotion to a Turkish series, and a poised response that has everyone wondering what comes next. A Hollywood headliner spoke, the camera swung toward a Turkish favorite, and the question now hangs in the air: is this just courtesy, or the start of something far larger? It all bubbled up during Bradley Cooper's visit to the Joe Rogan Experience, where conversation flowed from movies to memories, then veered, without warning, into Turkish television. Cooper spoke warmly about his mother, Gloria Campano, and how her evenings are often spent glued to a screen, devouring Turkish dramas with subtitles. Her chosen obsession? Adenisin Koy, the series that pulled in legions of fans with aching silences, tangled loyalties, and the slow, cinematic study of two faces that seemed to speak without words, Erkan Merrick and Hazal Subaşı. Cooper laughed as he relayed how his mother not only watches the show, but rewatches it, listens to the Turkish dialogue, and refuses to budge until a scene's last quiet breath settles. He teased that Adenisin Koy had turned into a little ritual at home, and then he dropped the lines that ricocheted across gossip pages from Los Angeles to Ankara. Gloria, he said, calls Erkan Merrick the best actor in the world. Not in a careful, measured way, but with the fervor of a fan who has surrendered, again and again, to a performance that takes hold of the heart. And when the conversation turned to Hazal Subaşı, Cooper admitted he found himself saying, in the simplest terms possible, "I really like that woman." A sweet compliment? A casual aside? Not when you consider how quickly the clip spread. The minute those words hit the air, the internet did what it always does. It replayed, subtitled, slowed down, and turned a spontaneous tribute into the day's most shareable headline. The honesty of it, stripped of Hollywood spin, made it glow. Gloria's devotion, her insistence that Erkan Merrick sits at the summit, and the quiet clarity with which Cooper singled out Hazal revealed something beyond a mere fad. It suggested a bridge between audiences, a shared language built not only on dialogue but on looks, pauses, and the breath between two lines. And then there was the joke, the one that had the Turkish audience laughing and nodding at once. Cooper quipped that he'd wander into the living room, see two people staring at each other, fetch a coffee, and return to find them still staring. He swore the screen wasn't frozen, it was just a Turkish drama doing what it does best. Social media treated it like a wink to insiders. That patient gaze, the pause before a confession, the long beat where everything trembles. Adenisin Koy weaponized that rhythm. The show turned stillness into impact, and it's that breathless restraint that Gloria can't stop rewatching. The Adenisin Koy phenomenon, of course, didn't arrive by accident. From the start, the series leaned on an intimate duet between Erkan Merrick and Hazal Subaşı. Their scenes felt less like scripted exchanges and more like windows left open to a private world. The two created a texture that seemed to vibrate with real feeling. Touches that lingered, glances that landed, unsaid thoughts that felt as loud as thunder. International fans latched onto that mood and never let go. In Latin America, across Europe, in the Middle East, the chemistry between Erkan and Hazal became a whispered recommendation that spread like a secret, then an anthem sung by a global fandom. So what did Hazal say when the microphones finally found her? When the whirlwind reached a gala, and the press gathered with the buzzing question, "How do you feel about Bradley Cooper's words?" Hazal answered with a calm that only magnified the noise. She thanked Cooper's mother first, offering a warm salute through him, acknowledging that this kind of admiration is rare and precious. She added that the attention surprised them, and that they were touched by it. For anyone who has watched her handle applause, this was classic Hazal, contained, gracious, and authentic. If there was more behind her smile, she didn't show it. She didn't need to. The economy of her words did the heavy lifting. From there, the whispers took over. Industry sources claimed the timing couldn't be better, International streamers are said to be re-evaluating their casting wish lists with an eye on Turkish leads who can carry a story across borders. Hazal Subaşı's name repeatedly circled those lists, while Erkan Merik's presence in fan-driven conversations surged again. The logic is irresistible. Insert artists who already speak to audiences far from home, and let that existing devotion translate into clicks, renewals, and second seasons. Gloria's living room routine becomes a case study, her affection mirrors a worldwide appetite. If one mother in the US can watch a Turkish love story 5 times, what happens when millions are given the same gateway? Of course, Turkish dramas have been doing the heavy lifting for years. They thread neighborhoods together with longing, thread families together with Saturday night rituals, and thread continents together with a single tear that refuses to fall. Adeniz and Koy is one of those touchstones, a memory palace for viewers who still remember exactly where they were when a certain line was spoken, or when the music flexed at just the right second. And at the center, Erkan and Hazal built a bond that felt like it had weight, history, oxygen. That's what Cooper's anecdote recognized. When he praised Hazal with that straightforward, "I really like that woman," fans heard not an idle compliment, but recognition of that very weight. Erkan's fanbase, never shy, added their own chorus. If Gloria called him the best actor in the world, they countered with receipts, scenes catalogued, arcs analyzed, moments of restraint that spiraled into full-bodied heartbreak. Hazal's supporters echoed with clips that showed her shift from strength to vulnerability on a hairpin turn, or melt a smile into something complicated and real with a single glance. Together, the two communities met in the middle and effectively restaged the show's romance in comments, edits, and threads, digital proof that on-screen chemistry can keep beating even after the final credits roll. And what of the future? That's where the speculation burns brightest. Would Cooper's remarks lead to a meeting, a table read, the first trembling emails exchanged between teams? Or is the charm of this moment precisely that it's not a strategy session but a genuine compliment that happened to find a microphone? For now, nobody's listing deals. Yet in the same breath, nobody is dismissing the idea that an international project, perhaps with the unhurried intimacy of a Turkish drama braided into the polish of a global platform, could be waiting in the wings. Hazal and Erkan have proven that they can command screens large and small, all it takes is the right door, knocked on at the right hour. What remains impossible to miss is Hazal's poise. Stardom has a way of making people louder than they need to be. She did the opposite. She let gratitude do the talking, expressed pride without boasting, and reframed a piece of gossip as a warm exchange between artists and audiences across oceans. It's that balance, sincere yet measured, that often distinguishes careers that flare and fade from careers that last. And while fans debate whether Cooper's mother's praise crowned Erkan anew or simply confirmed what they already believed, the broader point stands: Turkish storytelling has become a global habit. From apartment living rooms to distant cousins' phones, from dubbed clips to subtitled marathons, these series move. In the end, what started as a casual anecdote on a podcast became a mirror held up to a phenomenon. Gloria Campano's devotion to Adeniz and Koy reminded the world that sometimes the most powerful ambassadors are not executives or marketers, but viewers who fall in love and won't let go. Bradley Cooper's unguarded talk placed Hazal Subaşı and Erkan Merik in the orbit of an entirely new audience without a single press release. And Hazal's respectful, concise response kept the story elegant when it could have tilted into spectacle. Maybe this is nothing more than a charming collision between two entertainment worlds. Or maybe it's the hush before a door swings open. You tell me, was it just a thank you, or the first quiet line of a brand new script? Don't forget to comment, hit like, and subscribe for more. The backstage whispers never stop here, and we'll be right beside the curtain when the next one breaks.